jukumu ni kwao. Lakini unajua hapa jambo limeulizwa, je, kama IEBC ilitolewa makosa kama hii, inawezaje kurudi kwa kufanya tena uchaguzi? Na nimesema hatukukuwa na malaika. Jambo muhimu hapa ni kwamba
kidogo ni kukatiza kwa sababu tunawaona wale viongozi wa NASA tayari wamewasili. Tusikize wanachotaka kukisema kwa hivi sasa. Namuona pale Musalia Mudavadi na wengine wako pale, tusikize wanachokisema.
Please. The people are back there.
Calvo, enda juu. Enda juu.
Members of the press. This is NASA's statement on the Supreme Court ruling. Say a victory for Kenya. 2 weeks ago, we moved to the Supreme Court to challenge the declaration of Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta as the winner of the August 8th presidential elections. We moved to the Supreme Court to lay before the world what we believed was a compelling evidence of the making of a computer-generated leadership. Vifaranga via computer. Now the Supreme Court of Kenya has spoken. This decision is precedent setting. It will reverberate across Kenya, the African continent, and the rest of the world through generations to come. Never again will impunity reign in Kenya. It is now clear that no one in Kenya is above the law. A new Kenya has been born by this ruling. And Kenya is once again leading Africa, as it so often does, with its vibrant democracy, except at election time, and enterprise. Chief Justice David Maraga will always be remembered for setting this exceptional example for all of Africa. Our judiciary now knows that they have the power in law and with courage to challenge the mighty powers too many African presidents wield against the will of their people. We thank the Supreme Court for standing up for the truth and in the process lifting the image and profile of our nation with regard to the rule of law and judicial autonomy. We also honor the 2 judges who dissented. We honor them for their courage in standing up for their opinion, which we respect. They have made our justice system stronger and steadied our march towards electoral democracy. We salute our able legal team. And I want to thank the young one, Mr. Awele, whose law firm was used to file this petition. He particularly paid also tribute to the young boys and girls who spent countless hours poring over documents and who, in the end, established the IEBC fraud. We remain grateful to all those who supported the cause for which we have fought. With this courageous verdict, he put on trial the international observers who moved so fast to sanitize fraud. Their role must be re-examined, as it is highly politicized and currently puts status quo and stability ahead of credible elections. These credible elections alone which will give us peace and stability. Of course, it wasn't always like this. The US strongly supported Kenya's push for multi-party politics, although it backtracked and quickly congratulated Mwai Kibaki on his victory in 2007, victory in quotes. But thanks to the EU observers at the time and some superlative reporting by international media, it quickly shifted course, and then US Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice and British Cabinet Minister Dr. Mark Malloch Brown traveled to Nairobi to promote the Kofi Annan-led negotiations process. The US, UK, EU then strongly supported the passage of the rights-oriented new constitution. But after Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto's election, our partners settled for the status quo. I'm talking about elections in court. The court proceedings in this case revealed the utter rot at the heart of our electoral commission and the electoral process. It was blatant and third time in a row. But it revealed the rot at the heart of the Kenyan state as well. There's total impunity. Extrajudicial killings continue. Corruption has reached stratospheric proportions. And there's little room for concern with the lot of the poor for whom life gets harder year in, year out. What has transpired today is but the first step in ensuring electoral justice in Kenya. There are more fundamental decisions to be made in the days ahead, including who conducts the next elections. It is now clear that the entire edifice of IEBC is rotten. Clear evidence shows that the commission was taken over by criminals who ran the general election using the technology system and resulted in a computer-generated leadership for the people. This is not confined to the presidential elections. It affects also gubernatorial, senatorial, women reps, members of parliament, and MCAs. So the so-called Jubilee majority is artificial. It is now also clear that the CEO, Ezra Chiloba, Directors Immaculate Kasait, Commissioner in charge of ICT, Professor Abdi Yakub Guliye, Head of Legal Affairs, Praxidis Tororei, Mrs. Betty Nyabuto of Operations, and John Mohati of IT were co-conspirators with these criminals. They must face criminal prosecution. We urge these IEBC officials who have perpetrated a monumental crime against the people to do the right thing and resign. It remains clear to us that the real election results were never shared with the people of Kenya, despite years of preparations for this election and billions spent on it. Somebody must take responsibility. We will continue demanding that the servers that the IEBC refused to open, despite court orders, be opened. The truth is a critical component of justice. Kenyans must know the truth of what transpired in this election, and that the truth is contained in the servers that IEBC is hanging on to. That if they had opened those servers, there would be no need for us to go for another election, because the servers would have vindicated us and showed who won these elections. The ruling today shows that when there is justice, peace prevails. Our country still needs a cure for electoral impunity. As we said about a week ago, the Supreme Court ruling, even as we welcome it, will not bring to justice those who plotted and executed the theft of votes. It will not bring to justice those who murdered Chris Musando in order to steal votes. It will not hold to account those who sought to cower us into submission by unleashing terror in Mathare, Kibera, and Kisumu. Stealing of elections in Kenya is a manifestation of the culture of political impunity, an impunity that the IEBC willingly and gladly participated in. The perpetrators of 2017 electoral theft were emboldened by the fact that those who stole the 2013 elections have gone unpunished. As we said earlier, we saw some of them at the bombers of Kenya, experts in electoral fraud, supervising their second electoral fraud, which has now been brought to naught. A cure has to be found. As a country, we urgently need to discuss how we will conduct the upcoming elections. As IEBC itself has said, many changes must be made in the commission before we hold another election. But this cannot be an assignment to be carried out by the commission. Political parties and stakeholders must come together and agree on these changes. We call upon Parliament to adopt a bipartisan spirit in order to expedite reforms that may be required. It is our hope that this development can help us find common ground going forward. We say that we are not afraid of elections. We knew that we won these elections and that we can win them again. We are going to win them again. We say that the will of the people must be respected. I saw the president talking about 6 people subverting the will of 42 million Kenyans. Let him also know that team 2 plus another 4 in IEBC are 6, and those 6 cannot subvert the will of the people of Kenya. We have said as NASA, we want free and fair elections, and we prepare to go back to these elections. Our people all over the country are celebrating. Kenya today has come to a standstill. Kenyans are celebrating. If Jubilee had won, Kenyans would be mourning. But Kenyans are celebrating exit of Jubilee. And the Kenyans are ready to show them the door in 60 days. And these Kenyans will do. So we are therefore grateful to the judiciary. We are grateful to our people, the Kenyan people, for being patient during these very trying periods, period of time when we were going through this process. Remember, you had said we may not go to court. You wanted other people to go to court. Then there was that clampdown on AFRICOG and the Kenya Human Rights Commission deliberately to muzzle any voice of reason which could have gone to court. So we decided that as the candidates in these elections, we will be the petitioners. With my colleague here, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And we want again to thank all the lawyers who burnt the midnight oil to prepare this case so that it could succeed. Led by Honorable James Agre Orengo. We salute them, salute Otiende Molo. We salute Paul Mwangi. Okongo Omogeni, Firoz Norji, Mr. Awele, Mr. Andrew Oloj, Dan Mazo, Julie Soweto, Mr. Peter Kaluma, Amos Wako, Willis Otieno, TJ Kajuang, Milio Odhiambo, Norman Magaya, Judy Sijenyi, Dan Ameyo, Mutaha Kangu. This is, I've already mentioned. We and many others. And then another team of very young, dedicated Kenyans, those students who worked tirelessly to look at all those forms coming from the agents in the field, shifting them and comparing them with information, forged information coming from Bomas of Kenya, which now our able lawyer, Firoz Nori, described as equivalent to the Bermuda Triangle. So, sisi kama wananasa, tunatoa shukrani kwa Wakenya wote, wale ambao walitupigia kura, na wakatupatia ushindi. Ile ushindi ambayo ilikuwa naibiwa na Jubilee. Tunatoa shukrani sana kwa mahakama kuu, ikiongozwa na Justice Maraga, kwa kusimamia ukweli na kutenda haki kwa Wakenya na kuonyesha mfano kwa bara la Afrika mzima ya kwamba mahakama inaweza kutupilia mbali uchaguzi bandia ya rais. Ati wizi wa kura haitaweza kuvumiliwa tena katika bara la Afrika. Demokrasia ya Afrika mpaka ipanuke, na Afrika isiangaliwe kama iko chini na nchi zingine, pale ambaye mtu mmoja anaweza kutawala, analeta tume bandia, anaiba kura, baadaye anatuma askari kwenda kupiga wananchi ambao hawana hatia. Tunalaani vikali wale ambao waliua kinyama Bwana Chris Musando. Shetani ashindwe. Shetani ashindwe. Ili waweze kuiba kura. Hii ni unyama ambaye haina kifani. Na wale ambao walienda kuua watoto ambao wanacheza, kupiga mtoto msichana miaka 11 na risasi kama mtu ambaye anawinda shwara, kupiga mtoto ya miezi 6 na kuua, kupiga wananchi wengine ambao hawana hatia, kuweka kwa gunia na kwenda kutumbiza hiyo gunia ndani ya ziwa ya Victoria. Shetani ashindwe. Ndio ashindwe. Wale jamaa ambaye walikuwa naibia kwa niaba yao hawajatoa hata rambirambi. Sikusikia Uhuru Kenyatta na William Ruto wakitoa risala rambirambi kwa Wakenya ambao waliuawa na wale askari yao. Tunaambia polisi wa Kenya, msitumiwe vibaya, msiwe wanyama. Polisi ni watumishi wa umma. Msiuwe wale watu ambao nyinyi mmelipa mshahara kuwalinda kwa vita ya kisiasa. Polisi mpaka wawe wastani, wasichukue pande hii au pande lingine. Sisi tuko tayari, lakini tumesema hatuwezi kurudia kwa uchaguzi na hii tume ambaye imefanya hii wizi. Tume ya uchaguzi mpaka isafishwe, ifagiliwe, tuwe na wale watu ambao wanaweza kufanya uchaguzi yenye haki na ukweli. Ziara wetu kama wananasa ya kwenda Canaan inaendelea. Tarehe 8 tulivuka mto Jordan, tukatembea mpaka mji wa Jericho. Sasa tutaanza safari kutoka Jericho kuingia Jerusalem. na tuna hakika tutafika Jerusalem inshallah. Tunatoa